Hey there. So I was really excited to stumble across this article on Business Insider, and it was titled Meet the 20 Most Likely to be Poached by Rival Ad Agencies. That article then led me to the most powerful women in advertising. And after reading through the list of innovators, I thought I gotta go to Twitter and search for their Twitter handles, even though I knew it was gonna take forever because the article didn't actually list the links to their profiles. And why would I do this? So I can listen to the top people in my industry and hear what they have to say. Shouldn't everybody be doing this? Apparently, they're not. Because what I found was that each woman had less than about 500 followers. Some had 1,000 to 2,000 followers at most, and that's if they even had a Twitter account. Remember, these are the 20 most powerful women in advertising, and I'm thinking to myself, what is up with that? Something's got to be wrong. So, what blew me away is, for me, since about 2007, my digital mentor was Gary Vaynerchuk. Right? At this point, Gary Vaynerchuk, and if you don't know who he is, please search him out. Watch his Inc. 500 keynote speech. It's amazing. Anyway, at this point, he's got over 950,000 followers, which I think is low. I think he should have way more than that. And like I said, I watched every video blog he put out, every Tumblr blog post, and some of my ideas and a lot of my success came directly from advice I heard from Gary, who was kind of a mentor for me in terms of digitally, and it was advice that he shared with me, but the rest of the world through social media, things like Twitter and Tumblr. And so before we blame it all on the fact that this list was comprised of women, let's look at the young women and men. So these are people under 30 that were listed as the 30 people in advertising under 30, the best under 30, right? So some of these individuals have come up with amazing ad campaigns. You guys got to check out. There was one for K-Swiss that I thought was brilliant. It was a YouTube video. They work with huge brands, right? Zappos, Quicksilver, and the list goes on. And yet, I cannot explain why these guys and girls don't have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. Now, some of them are participating online, so it's not entirely their fault, but the thing to note here is that the ball is being dropped on both sides, right? The marketers and executives using social media and other people out in the field trying to be better or learning about marketing who are not following these innovators. And now, I don't know how much we need to stress that in the next 5 years, social media and search, I believe, is going to be the best way to reach customers outside of meeting them in person. And even that might be difficult. I mean, have you guys walked into a mall lately? I mean, how many people are actually looking around, looking at people, looking at clothing, and how many people are on their phone, right? They're going to walk into walls. And who knows, is that because they're looking on Pinterest to find some shoes that they saw on their board? Is that because they're looking for their grocery list that's on allrecipes.com for them? I mean, that's how I use social media and the internet when I'm shopping. I don't know about you guys. I mean, you could even walk into Hooters, I'm going to guess, and say that there's more people, more guys looking at their fantasy football league on their iPhone or their smart device as there are ones enjoying the scenery at Hooters. I don't know. So there's just way too much going on for people to care about you, and that was always the advertising push, is that the marketer would just be talking at the consumer, and everybody knows that's not how it works anymore. So I don't know if you remember the Janet Jackson song, "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" Well, that's the tune that consumers are singing in the future, and if people aren't grasping social media the way I think they should, they're going to be left in the dust, in my opinion. And if you're a creative powerhouse, I think you need to build your personal brand. Interact with people using social media. at the ANA Masters of Marketing Convention. I mean, the top of the top, the best of the best were at this convention. I'm talking marketers from around the world, and everybody showed up for the general sessions. And who was talking at the general sessions? Well, it was the CMO of Johnson & Johnson, CMO of McDonald's, CMO of Allstate, Sharpie, and Pop Chips. And they're all talking about their current marketing initiatives, ideas, struggles, social media even, and analytics they were even talking about. And do we as marketers not realize that this is the kind of insight that's available through social media? I mean, I don't understand what we're missing here. If we're all so eager to sit and listen to all these CMOs talk and give their presentations, why are we all not dying to follow them on Twitter? Why are we doing that? Why on earth would these speakers put so much into these presentations and then go out and travel to these gigs when they have a speaking gig that's available to them online that could reach hundreds of thousands more people? And that brand is also associated to those people. So when people put out really cool marketing ideas and people are fascinated by them, you know, it breeds respect for the brand and the company to see that they have those type of individuals on board. But it's all about people. And I'm not saying that old school ways of business don't still work in today's world. And I actually do believe that that we as marketers need to act as if we lived in the old days and actually communicate with people. People can tell when you're not genuine and when you're not passionate about something. So as weird as that sounds, your genuine interest and passion will ultimately bring in your biggest potential ROI, what everybody talks about, right? With all this, the wild, wild west of digital marketing. I can't even believe people still call it that. So anyway, I also added down below all the links to those articles, and also a link to an article that Richard Branson, he talks about also how CEOs and top executives are not using social media, and how they are going to possibly be regretting that decision as the future moves fast. What do you guys think? Let me know.